Greetings and salutations, and welcome back to Satisfactory. Now, I did play some. Actually, I played quite a bit offline. Well, not offline, but off camera. And by that, I mean I made almost an entire crate full of Nobelisks, and I have improved the base rather substantially. And by that, I mean, oh, I also have Jetpack. I put in the power banks that you saw. They're fully charged. I'm no longer suffering any power issues, but that's only one part of it. So, I'll show you what I'm going to be doing, or what I'm going to do after I show you what I've done. So, if you remember last time, I was still working out the whole logistics of being able to effectively build steel production and get it moving. Now, I've decided to just leave my steel pipe here, and then I just drive the truck up here every so often, load up on the steel pipe, and then go. Right? I'm not using a whole lot of steel pipe right now, so don't really have a need for it. I still have my steel beams are still going down and out this way, and I could have loaded those into here as well, but I thought, you know what? I'm not gonna sit there and make runs after runs after runs. No. Obviously, the iron ore, because I didn't point it in this direction, I just pointed it that way, so it looks hazardous, and I might have to fix it. Obviously, you knew about the 3 coal plants, and I haven't figured out that thing of why they start chugging on the, why they start chugging water. But here I have this making black powder. And lots of it. Lots of it. Shut that down right now. I've switched to Mark II poles, mostly because I needed the extra points. But as we're headed back over toward this way, that's just the coal production. I am going to be going after oil. So I'm probably going to name the episode like Expecto Petroleum. Yeah. But I've made minor adjustments to the base over here. I finished phase 2. As you can see, I'm up to phase 3. This used to be a single smelter off the miner, but I needed more iron production because I was behind on my iron. So I have a smelter there. They're both overclocked to 3. And I'm still having trouble with iron production. And I've got, well, I think 2 constructors. That one's making screws, and as you can see, it never gets enough iron rods. This over here is making rotors. And I need quite a few more of those. I don't have anything making motors right now, because I don't need a whole lot of motors. I know that I'm going to need more smart plating eventually. If I do end up needing more motors, I'll just switch this over from rotor to from smart plating to motor. And then I'll just disconnect this, and I'll pipe in the stator maker from down here, because this is where all my stators are. Which, speaking of, snap that back on and get back to making stators. And this was making advanced or automated wiring, which I have it paused. I made the Explorer, I saw the tractor, this is now empty, but that's nearly full. So that's problematic. You know what? It'll probably be easier just to drive this out there. I have a 3rd water pump now. As you can see, it's right there. With that 3rd water pump, I'm now pumping water out this way for another coal power plant. Actually, 2. I have 2 sets of power lines. One goes all the way out to the quartz, and the other comes back from the coal power. That's all I'm running off of here. It's just 2 coal power plants. Those are working just fine. All the way out here, this production is pretty much just bogged down right now. It can fit nothing else in it. I have not been out here to offload it in forever. No, I'm not loading cargo into the Explorer. Yeah. You see what I mean? That's the issue. I have way too much quartz and silica to know what to do with. So I'm just gonna leave it all backed up. No need for it to be completely bonkers. I have been using the nobelisks to kill things like spitters and other and other creatures. Instead of using the rebar gun, I just spike one of the nobelisks on it and then blow it up. Wasn't there a hard drive over there? There's a mushroom over here. Yeah, see? This is what I'm talking about. Not far enough. Yeah, that'll make him run. Nailed it. He's dead. Got him. You know what to say, don't get mad, get explosive. Where'd he go? Oh, there he is. Well, I'm not done with you, dude. Hmm. Ha ha ha. I just can't wait till I get the cluster ones, because then I'll just have to throw one of them. I don't have that open yet, because I believe that requires... What's this called there? Not that. I want to change it to this one. There we go. I still have to buy the other tapes, too. But yeah, those are the modifications I've made. And last I knew, oil was off in that direction over there. Now, I've got a plan. Before I go fetching the oil, what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish railway technology. And then I'm going to build a rail station probably over there. And then use the power system to power the railway up and over and get the fluid... not the fluid buffer, but it's in the monorail technology. But I'm going to need to take cable, wire, concrete, plates, rods, steel beams. No, not steel beams. At least I shouldn't have to take steel beams. I might have to do concrete and case beams. 41 motors. That's not even remotely enough. I went and I got Caterium. Oh yeah, that's the one thing I didn't show you, was the Caterium. And in order to make the AI limiters, I needed to have Caterium and copper sheets. So I had the copper sheets run out, then this way, then up, over, and then back that way toward the Caterium, which is piped in all the way over from that side and coming this way. It's a mess, but it's still clean. So it's a clean mess, if that makes sense. I figured instead of piping the oil all the way back and putting on pumps and having to pump it and then have to have a fluid buffer that I flush, I figured if I just refined it at the site and then loaded it on a monorail and then put like 2 cars behind an engine and then have or maybe behind 2 engines and have the 2 engines haul it up and over and then run 2 of them in a loop. So as soon as that one's gone and goes there, I build a second set and then send those on their way. That way I've always got oil coming in, and then I can just offload it and have it in a fluid buffer and then take it through some refinement processes to make plastic and other biofuels. At least that's the idea. Maybe I can even run a fuel plant, run it from the station straight into a fuel plant, and then take out the No, I wouldn't have to take out the coal. I still would have to use it. Because even at my current amount of power, which I believe is like 650... I think it's 658, 680, something like that. It's got an 8 in it somewhere. I'm producing quite a few megawatts of power, but yet I still had a maximum power consumption of 802, I think. I don't know when it spiked or how, but it spiked. And it pulled off the batteries, so it didn't pop the breakers. So whatever caused that massive spike in power consumption, I have to find. And I still am using a lot of other... I'm still using biofuel, though. That's just for the jetpack until I get other fuels, like turbo fuel over here. I think I have it. It's under sulfur. There's turbo fuel, which requires hard drive, coal, and actual fuel. But I also want to make smokeless powder, which requires plastic. Because then I can get to the cluster nobelisks. And once I get cluster nobelisks in a rifle, I'm pretty well set for defense of my resources. I don't know what it takes to build a whole monorail system, but we're going to figure it out. So I still need 49 more motors. This is where the steel goes. The steel goes in this one, and then it's fed down there and right in over there for advanced framework. This is where the copper sheeting is, which, as you can see, it goes over, goes all the way down, and goes right there from the copper sheet. And then it goes, and it's fed over here to the Caterium so that it can make AI limiters. Why am I not getting any quick... Oh, right. I shut off the quick wire. I was producing too much quick wire. And so I shut off the production. The container was getting basically full. And this is producing just screws. That's all it's producing. And it's dumping them here because I have a couple of things that are screw hogs, and I cannot, for some reason, satiate their hunger. That's one of them. This is the other one that's a screw hog, as you can see. And this just does not crank out enough screws. So sometimes I just load the screws in this end and let the rods build up and try to get ahead of it that way. But rotors are just absolute screw hogs. That's 10 motors. So I need to find out... I need to build... So it's pretty much the same thing to build a power pole too. I should just do that. So I'm going to need rods. I'm only going to need, like... How far is it? I think it's like 1,600 off that way. So you figure you're only getting about, what, 100 meters per pole? Roughly. So I'm going to need 16 poles. That's 1,900, 1,900, 1,900. That one's the closest by 4 meters. So you figure if you get about 100 meters per pole, roughly. I'm going to need 19 poles at 2 rods per pole, looking at 38 rods. I'll take 100 on the safe side just in case it's like every 75 meters. Oh yeah, it's making frames. And this is storing AI limiters. I don't know how many of those I'm going to need. Here's a whole bunch of these frames. This is all silica and quartz. That's all automated wiring, but I have that shut off right now. Even though I know I could just pipe all that stuff in there and have it just go through these vent ports, I'm not even going to bother. Because that would just be a complete mess. Alright. Over here to the screw maker. Take half those and then put the other half back. What do I need to make a pump? There's a refinery. That's 30 pipe, 10 motors. And I need an oil extractor that's 15 motors. 60 cable. It allows fluids to be transported 10 meters upwards. Extraction rate of 120 cubic meters of oil per minute. Ten-meter head lift. Allows fluids to be transported 10 meters upwards. Has both conveyor belt and pipeline input and outputs so that a wide range of recipes can be automated. Okay, so if I put oil straight from the oil extractor into the refinery, can I refine it into both fuel... Wait, what is there that comes from oil? Was it just plastic? So yeah, plastics, residual plastic. What else do I get out of it? Or here, the MAM. Fuel. So if I get plastics and fuel, is that it? Is that all I get out of oil? Is just plastics and fuel? I get the feeling there's got to be more than one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take whatever... Should I build 2 oil pumps? You figure if I build 2 oil pumps, I can branch it off into 4 refineries, and then have those refineries all fuel into the monorail system. The freight platform and the fluid freight platform. So I'll put this one right next to this one, and have the freight car. Yeah. I can just build 2 freight cars. Requires between 25 and 110 megawatts of power to move. Must be built on a railway. That's going to require a lot of steel. I'm not going to need the buffer stops because it's not going to end in a single railway pulling both ways. What it'll be is it's going to be a loop. And that loop is going to even if I don't automate it, I'll get on it and drive it, and then as soon as I'm done with that one, I'm going to have to do petroleum power. Fuel power generator. Industrial fluid buffer. Oh, see, why does it do that? Scannable resource, Kateria more. Duh, I can already scan for it. Why does it say I need to scan for it again? I don't get it. So I need to take motors with me. Which means rotors need to be made, and motors need to be taken. I also need to take copper sheeting for piping. Thanks, Magellan. I could put away my powder though. Probably make some. I'll take some Nobelisks with me. I'm gonna take more cable. I'm gonna take more quick wire. I've got copper sheeting. I don't have a lot of metal plates. I'll probably take some metal plates. Got concrete. I've got biofuel for the jetpack. I remembered building in a completely different location on my previous build. And when we went to go with the oil, we set up like 4 oil extractors and we're pumping it all the way back. But we didn't have railway technology, which is why I want to almost, as much as I hate the term, future-proof by getting monorail technology first. That way I can build the oil pumps, build the extractors, build the monorail system with the stops, and then have it built so that I can run it all the way back here. I'm going to try to run it over as flat of terrain as humanly possible. And see what I can get. I only need 16 more motors. But that doesn't count the other thing either. Alright. Idea. Here's what we're going to do. We are going to head out and set up the extractors and the poles. We're not going to turn them on. We're just going to have them set up. So I need the quick wire and I have the rods. Correct? Correct. So I have the rods. I need the quick wire. That quick wire is just being absolutely cannibalized right now. You know what? Give. Here, you can have the other 26 quick wire for being a champ. Alright. So that's enough for the pole. I need pipe. I need 60 pipe, 20 of the concrete. I need more motors. So I need 40 of the concrete, and then another 20, so that's 60 concrete. There we go. That's covered. Stators. That's pipe. That should be plenty of pipe, I think. Yes, it is. But I need motors. So I need to be able to put up those refineries and the... Well, that was stupid. Yep, needs more screws. Absolute screw hog, like I said. I know. I should actually port those screws in over here, but that would take so much time. I mean, just look at the amount of iron it consumes to make a rotor. And I have to make rotors into motors, and then I gotta make more motors for the oil refinery. I'm sure I'm gonna need steel for the railway, and I'm sure I'm gonna need motors for the railway cars. I mean, if it's getting to that point, I should just disassemble the Explorer. It's got 5 motors in it. Goodbye. I'll just keep the crystalline oscillators over here. Crystalline oscillators, and I'll put the framework in the other thing, because it needs it for the other thing. For the advanced frameworks. I'll just use those rotor motors. Oh. Hey? There's no way I'm out of steel beams. Did it literally consume all those steel beams? No way. It's literally consuming every steel beam that comes in. I mean, it's not like I'm not producing steel beams. I'm producing plenty of steel beams. Yeah, it takes them a while to get here, but this is going to be the first thing that gets upgraded to Mark IV transport. And that requires rubber, which I believe requires plastic and other petroleum products. So I kind of need the petroleum first. I just want to know what level of pain I'm getting myself into with this railway system. I only have 12 motors. I need 16. Again, it's a screw hog. You see that? It's already eaten 500 screws. And I know, yeah, I know that it's that's overclocked. I get it, but I needed to make a lot of rotors per minute, so I needed it overclocked. And the thing that's making the screws for both this and the advanced plates is overclocked to the 3rd degree, so I can't overclock it anymore to make more screws. There we go. That's all the motors I need for the 16. Now that I've got the 16 motors, I can then turn around and queue the thing up, go get some more Nobelisks, just in case I run into some ne'er-do-wells on the way there. They won't be around for very long. And, feed more screws into the machine. And then head out. I don't have a whole lot of steel beams, though. I know that the railway is going to be like 3 steel beams per section of rail, and it's going to be ridiculous. It'll probably might even be concrete encased steel beams, encased industrials. If that's the case, it might actually be easy to deal with. It needs rubber. Bollocks. And it needs plastic for the freight platforms. one pipe, one steel for the railway. Okay, that's not that bad. That's a lot cheaper than I thought, but the rest of it's gonna suck. So I need 2 refineries. That's 20 motors. No, no. 1 refinery, 10 motors, and then I need 40 motors. You know what's gonna be easier than that right now? Let's go find another hard drive. They usually have rotors and other stuff around them. They thought. Ooh, I could blow those up too with nobelisks. I've already gotten that one. Oh, there's iron plates. 108 of them anyway. Ooh. I didn't know I could do that. I like that. Cleaning up the crash debris. Ah, I didn't know I could do that. That's great. I'm getting rotors too. Let's go pay that thing over there a visit. I no longer have to worry about it destroying the area with gas. Oh, let's see. I've reclaimed stuff there. I opened a hard drive up there, but I didn't disassemble everything. Oh, how you doing? Oop, spitter. Out today, dirtbag. Actually, I had one of them nail me like 100 and something meters away. It was ridiculous. I was like, I was regenerating my health, and I thought, wow, there's no way he can hit me over here. No. I mean, he was quite a ways away, and all of a sudden, he just looks over at me, and he's like, Kobe. Oh. Oh. That Mercer sphere could stay right there. I hate dealing with those hives. This is where I had my previous base, and I had my hydro system here. Ooh, power slug. That's another Mercer sphere. Oh, so they just spawned one of those swarmers there. Oh, okay. Thanks for that, I guess. Oh, there's another spitter. There's another one. They are not playing around today, are they? Is that a pink power slug? A purple power slug? I might be able to use that if that's a purple power slug. Nailed it. I may have missed it, but I nailed it. Ooh, it is a purple power slug. And that thing is toxic up there. Okay. Wait. Wait, I blew it up? Are you kidding me? Alright, celebratory explosion. Mercer Sphere. Yellow power slug. Oh, there's a blue power slug over there. Oh, those are going to be some very angry natives. Especially when I take their power slug. Oh, ho, ho. Called it. I think that's one down. Yep, sure is. Right in the face. Got him. Those things remind me of stuff from Phantasy Star Online. The fact that I had to crouch to pick up that yellow power slug is ridiculous. Alright. Yeah, there's a yellow power slug over there, but it's got a stupid nest near it. I don't like those nests. They're bad for business. Most of the hostile fauna I'm not even going to bother with. Whoa. That one was a surprise. Come around the corner and there he is looking at me. Ooh, hello. Yellow power slug. Oh, swarmer. Nope. No, thank you. I have to head back. Happy birthday. Why you use nobelisks? You could get into a prolonged fight with a rebar gun all you want, but I'm gonna just get explosive. Okay, the jetpack is kind of busted. 10 out of 10 recommended upgrade is the jetpack. How close is oil from here? It's still probably 1,300 meters off that way. It's close. 1,400 meters. Ooh, wait. Ooh. That's a very Duke Nukem-ish way of doing things. There we go. I love how he's holding the bomb in his hand, and then if you just right-click, he hits the detonator with the bomb in his hand. Not wise, considering most explosives are percussive launched. Ooh, a summer sloop.
From a certain perspective, your brain looks like it is processing language, but there is no auditory data. If you are hearing voices that are not mine, this is no cause for concern. It is a common side effect of extreme pressure and stress.
Wow. Love how the ADA just doesn't even care. It's like, ah, yes, if you're hearing voices, that's perfectly fine. Don't worry about it. We're gonna come over here. We're gonna grab some more of our handy dandy little rotors. Only 20. Again, Screwhagen. Gonna go get some more Nobelisks. Drop off the old summer sloop. And gonna turn in some of my alien proteins. I'm gonna make some stuff. The Nobelisks are just better at everything. Like, oh, you need that block removed? Nobelisk. Oh, you need that minion removed? Nobelisk. Don't worry about it. Everything's fine, and nothing can hurt you just as you explode everybody into the ether. I'm gonna go overclock the crap out of my rod production. This rod maker? Sure is. And you're already overclocked to 2. Now you're overclocked to 3. You'll never stay ahead of it. You're not overclocked at all. Well, you are, but you're not. I mean, I can't put any more in here. Like, it's sitting there like Scotty from Star Trek. I can't do it, Captain. I just don't have the powder. I wonder what my power consumption is now. A lot. My maximum was 875. Yep, I gotta go pay a visit. I've been at this 44 minutes. It has not felt like 44 minutes. And the reason it hasn't felt like 44 minutes is this overpowered? It is. It's definitely chugging. The reason it hasn't felt like 44 minutes is because I've been sitting here jamming out to music, killing stuff with Nobelisks, and searching for hard drives to maybe get more rotors. I at least want to go out and get the petroleum part set up, but jeez. Yeah, you don't have any zoom. Now you do. Oops. You know what? Turn up to 11. Why not? You guys are you guys should be easily getting the power you need. Yeah, you guys should be easily getting the water you have. Be no concerns about water pressure there. Why are the hard drives so sparsely populated? That makes me really question my sanity. There's a power slug nearby. A Mercer sphere nearby too. A hard drive though. That's just death. Oh, there's the summer sloop. Oh, you can spit rocks. Aren't you special? Bet you feel real nice after that one, don't you? Bye bye. Ooh, I got a twofer on that one. Oh, no, you don't. Got him. Six of them left, huh? There's a power slug over here. Wait a minute. Why does this go down? Um. Hmm. Well, you guys are guarding the power slug. YOLO. Well, I got one of you. What? You're running because you don't like it? Gotcha. Well, I'd run too. I'm almost out of Nobelisks, though. Hmm. Those, hmm.
Potential edible collected. If consumed before authorized is compatible with the human digestive system by FIXID, the consumer is responsible for any and all consequences. Research it in the MAM to establish classification and potential application.
And I can scan for them. That was the one thing I was missing. I'm missing that, and I'm missing Sam. It goes along with the Mercer Spheres and the Summer Sloops. I'm missing that. I might just break this down into 2 episodes and do back-to-backs. Because I don't have the motors right now to build what I wanted to build and to go gallivanting. I'll also have to check on this. Yeah, it's not chugging water. So there we go. Oh yeah, 825 megawatts of production. I'm gonna need it. The railway system's gonna just drink it all. I mean, it's gonna consume 100, and that's not even talking about the refinery, the oil extractor, or the 2 refineries, the oil extractor, and that's the 100 it's gonna be taking is just the train. So you're looking at another potential 300 megawatts just drag it out and give it the old, the old Yeller treatment. I'm gonna take my megawatts out to the behind the shed and be like, "I'm sorry, boy. There goes all my megawatts." Put them in a ditch out behind the house. And yes, I do understand how dark that was. But I also understand a lot of things, too. I used to have 2 Pomeranians. And I had to take them to the vet. And
This fruit, dubbed the paleberry due to its tendency to stay light in color even when ripe, is compatible with the human digestive system and has been added to the object scanner. Further research is available.
let's just say it wasn't good when I took them to the vet. And this is a while ago, and it's still tough for me to talk about. Because they're pets, yes, but they were like family members, really. I mean, their personalities were definitely human-like. It was ridiculous. It was uncanny. And like I could just call out analogously, right? I could just say boys because they were both boys. They were both brothers in the same litter. I could just say boys, and they would both look and they would both come over to me. They knew what I was talking about when I called that. And just that, knowing that I had to let go when I did was incredibly tough because I didn't want to. And I still, to this day, ask myself, did I make the right decision? The doubt never leaves my mind. I sit there and I run over every possible scenario in my head. And every time I run over a possible scenario, I still come back to the same thing. Did I make the right decision? What did I do the right thing? Was it the right choice? And it's not easy. It never has been easy. And looking back on it, did I make the right decision? Yeah. The reason I say yeah is because they weren't doing well. when I had to make that decision, when I had to make that ultimate call. They were not doing well at all. And it was never easy. And it still weighs heavy on my mind. And people would say, but then why do you joke about it? Because I know what it's like. I've been there. I've made that choice. I've had to sit down and deal with the repercussions of that choice. Not once, but twice. On animals I held dear. And what's worse, in Scarlet and Violet, there was a storyline in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. I'll never forget it. That came out the same week my first dog Scribbles had to be put down. And when playing through the storyline, I sat there and I thought, okay, yeah. And then I saw that he had a dog. And that his dog was ill. And the character said that he would do anything to save his dog, because that was his traveling companion and his buddy. He would go to the ends of the earth to find a cure. That was not an easy night. It was not an easy night for me. That was back when I was streaming. I sat there and I choked back what was essentially the tears. And someone who was in the chat was like, "What's the matter?" That's when I told him about what I had just gone through that week. Matter of fact, it was like 2 days after. And they completely understood after the fact.
Research shows potential for processing planetary nutrients for pioneer benefit. Nutritional inhaler research available.
It was tough. It was very tough. And like I've said before, and I'll say it every day until the day I die probably, when you've been through it and you can look back on it and still find a way, even though it was a tragedy in your life, to turn around and find a comical route and then talk about a comical route of it. It's almost Shakespearean, because every tragedy he had was a comedy, and every comedy he had tragedy, because they are both sides of the same coin. That's why in every single drama in theater you'll see a smiling mask and a frowning mask, because they are two sides of the same coin. I'm going to continue on this with the second episode, and I'm going to launch them back to back, because I did not even get anywhere near Petroleum, and I'm still going to work on it. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for the next video, because I hope I enjoyed this video. I enjoy this game. I hope everybody has a fantastic evening, a wonderful tomorrow, and as always, have a good one.